Blue Beetle issue 4, Josh Chahil and Adrian Gutierrez. This is a Matt only book again, so take it away.
Yep. All right. So where we last left off, Jaime had gotten his butt whooped by the Blood Scarab, and he's kind of surly about it because he feels like they're gonna need to do something permanent. Because this guy's a big threat. And so he's working at his aunt's restaurant. He's super into his head. He's super moody. And they're picking at him, but they're also like, hey man, you'll do what you can do, But when he finally leaves, they're like, oh, finally, he's out of here. And as he's leaving, one of the what were they called? They're not the Reach, but the other group of those same aliens, the leader's daughter comes by, and she wants to talk with Jaime, and they end up talking about how like they want to live here, but they're tired of being treated the way that they are, and that they're called the Horizon, by the way. I just saw it on the page, but like Jaime's meant to be the strongest of them, and like if he can't offer them protection with Natita and Dynasties, they might have to find another way. And so as they're talking, she's really big onto the survival. She's like, well, I really enjoyed our date because they'd went on a walk as they're talking, and he's like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, we're sharing intimate conversation. We're alone. And he's like, oh, sorry, gotta go. And he takes off to go talk with Starfire. Lex Luthor sends a gigantic bouquet of flowers to Cord's sister because of the beating that Cord has taken. And she's just like, yeah, me and Lex go way back. But wait, how did he send this from prison? And her assistant, Brenda, who's one of Jaime's friends, is just like, we'll get rid of them. And Cord's like, well, no, wait, I got this. And she takes the flamethrower out and burns them. So Jaime is talking to Starfire. This is where he gets really into we're going to have to take care of the Blood Scarab. But Starfire, who she comes from a warrior culture, she's like, but that's not you. That's not, you're better than this. And Jaime's having a hard time because he's real angry. This is his now, Palmera City's his home now, and he's feeling responsibility for the Horizon. And so Starfire ends up calming him down, and this page looks really nice because, they're up in the sky, and you can kind of see Palmera City below with all the lights. And there's this big full moon behind them. And as they're talking, it starts off on almost like on a two-shot close-up of them talking. You can really read Starfire's face and Jaime's expressions. But as they're talking, it starts to pull back until, Jaime is like, only I can stop them. This is my job. And it ends on a silhouette of them in the moon, of Starfire coming close to him, not quite in a hug, but like close enough for like an embrace to remind him that he's never alone. And again, this is a lot of big Starfire moments over the last couple months, so I'm very okay with that. So that's where that part ends. I'm just double checking. Because Cord calls him up that she wants to work with him, and that if they're going to defeat this Blood Scarab, he's going to have to work with her because Ted's not around right now. The other plot that's going on here is his friend. What's his friend's name? I want to make sure I get it right.
Jeff.
No, it's Paco. I want to make sure it was the right one. So Paco is dating Dynasties. He shows up dressed really nice with flowers for her. And they're trying to keep it quiet. And, they end up at this club. They're dancing. They hug. and then he's letting her know, is like, yeah, I know you have a scarab, but like Jaime's been at this for a long time. Just kind of follow his lead. I promise you, he won't let anything bad happen. And they end up kissing, to where they get interrupted by Fadeaway and Gimmicks, who Fadeaway was I don't know if you remember, in Graduation Day, the character that had like the magical stuff that had used them to get into Court Industries and then take off. So Fadeaway shows up, and it seems like is back to cause problems for Palmera City. But yeah, it's so far still pretty solid. It's a nice, smaller scale superhero book, compared to some of the other stuff that we got going on. And Trujillo still has a really good voice for all of these characters, and Gutierrez's art. The pacing really has gotten better. Like, again, that Starfire and Jaime up against the moon is really a standout, but a lot of the layouts too, because a lot of this issue's conversations, a lot of the way that the layouts go and the breakdowns make for some cinematic sequences. But yeah, that's Blue Beetle, and I will give this a 7.5.